How are we doing? Hey, look at that. The camera is working this time. Woohoo. If you guys weren't here in the last live stream, we had some interesting technical issues last time around. I looked like I was coming from the depths of hell. It was not fun. It was very bizarre. But welcome everyone who is joining. It's a pleasure to have you guys all here. Thank you for taking the time to join me for this live stream. This is our... I don't even know what stream number this is now, but yeah, we've been having fun, hanging out. We've been basically working on Lord of the Rings short film. That it's a very simple concept. It's going to be about 60 to 90 seconds long, and it's basically just a simple concept of Sauron crafting his one ring, right? And so today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing two things. We're going to be designing his clothing inside of Marvelous Designer, which I've only played around with a little bit. So this is going to be a bit of a learning process for myself as well. But a few of you were interested in me streaming that. So I was going to do it in my own time, but you guys wanted to see. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're also going to be adding in the explosion. If I quickly pull this up so that you guys can understand what I mean by we're going to pull up the explosion. So let me pull up the cinematic that I'm talking about so you guys will get what I'm saying. Whereabouts is it? Here it is. So if you see here, guys, this bit right there where he does that big explosion, we're going to try and generate something similar to that, right? I am not great at simulations. I am not good at all, really, when it comes to simulations. So what we can achieve, we're just gonna have to find out, right? I've been playing around with Embergen, which is a really cool software for real-time smoke simulations, but also things like fire and different things like that. Hello, mate. How you doing? You doing well? Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone that is joining. It's a pleasure to have you here. If you just let me know what's up in the chat. What's up? What's up? How is everyone? Everyone having a good week? It's the weekend. I'm sure everyone is probably busy relaxing. I wouldn't blame. But yeah, so that we're going to be doing that explosion. That's probably going to be the first thing that we're going to do. And then we're going to go through the process of designing his clothing. Now, the main element of design when it comes to his clothing is going to come in the textures, right? Love from India, dude. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. That's so awesome. I've seen a few people from different countries, and it's awesome to see that people from different countries are really enjoying this content. So that's awesome, man. Love right back. And yeah, so the main details in his clothing are going to come out of the textures, right? I'm very new to designing clothing. I'm very new to using Marvelous Designer. So that process, especially because these are supposed to be kind of mini short films, things that fill in the gaps between the bigger short films like Real Steel 2. Sam the Wise, hello good sir. Hello Damien. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you here, man. Good to see you here. How you been? Doing good? Good week so far? Enjoying the weekend so far, is everyone? But yeah, so the main detail is going to come in the textures, not the modeling of the clothing using Marvelous Designer. I'm going to try and just make something quite basic. I've found a tutorial that pretty much matches what, like, I'm happy with that being what his clothing looks like in terms of geometry. And then what we'll do is we'll bake it down and then weight paint it to hit the rig so that it moves. But we're not going to simulate it because that is... I've seen some videos of people doing that, and I'm like, again, for something that is as small scale as this short film, I would rather take some time to actually get good at it and then apply that to another short film. So the idea is just design the clothing, get it working on the rig, then texture it, which is going to be fun. We're going to use a lot of reference there, and then we're going to go from using the reference and texturing out his clothing, and then, like I said, the explosion as well. And at that point, guys, this is pretty much done. Hey, thank you for the subscription. Hey Izzy, how you doing? Doing good? It's good to see you here. Welcome everyone who's been coming into the stream. It's awesome to see you guys all here. But yeah, so that's pretty much what we're going to be doing today. One more thing I'll say before we jump right into it. By the way, Mr. Relias, I've got a very small TV monitor here that's like 360p, so I can barely read what that says, but I think that says Mr. Relias 004. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the pronunciation, but thank you for the subscription. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the community. And yeah, we're almost at 6,000 subscribers, guys, which is insane. Good, just tired from the week. Got a headache. Oh, that sucks, yeah. Yeah, my mum's been struggling with a pretty bad migraine this week herself. Prone to migraines, so it does suck. I'm doing good. I've been doing good. That's actually what the last thing I was going to say before we jump right in, is that I have now hired an editor, guys, for the YouTube channel. He's a good friend of mine. I've known him since secondary school, which is, if anyone's watching from the US or somewhere else that doesn't understand what secondary school is, it's essentially high school. I've known him for a long time. He is an aspiring writer and director, and I ran into him when I was an aspiring actor. Now I'm an aspiring VFX supervisor / director, so we are kind of going in the same direction. Thank you. Yeah, and he has very graciously offered to help out with editing videos, which means you guys are going to get much more content. Yeah, the back's fine. I got a bit of a physiotherapy yesterday, so you know, I think it's doing good. It was a bit stiff this morning, but I've been, keeping on top of stretching. It's just slow at this point. It's like nothing's really changing massively week to week at this point. It's just like that last 40% of pain is just there, and it's gonna be probably for another month, but it will just very slowly trickle down. But it is what it is, just getting on with it now at this point. But yeah, so through having the legend, the one and only Ben Keir as the editor for this channel, what that means is you guys get to see much more content, because editing takes up a lot of time. I know people sometimes don't realize how much time editing takes, but it really does take a minute to do. especially when when you want it to be to a high degree. And so I would like, I remember I recorded like 10 videos, but then it would take me like 2 or 3 days to edit the videos, because I'm not great at editing. I'm not the best. It's not my favorite thing to do. It's very tedious, in my opinion. I prefer editing for films, because that's where the artistry. When you're editing a YouTube video, you have to constantly be thinking about, oh, is the retention there? Is people watching? What's that? Hello, mate. At least you can see wood through the trees. Yeah, exactly. It's, it's not just darkness. It's not just darkness ahead. But yeah, so thanks to him, we're going to be seeing a lot more content. I've got a solid amount of videos that I think are going to be some really funny videos. I know I've done a lot of like informative breakdown videos, but I wanna start doing a bit more comedic entertainment kind of videos. That's still around the filmmaking VFX world, but yeah, I want to have some fun with some of these videos rather than just being informative, and make some stuff that, whilst yes, there's informative stuff, there's also stuff that, you can have a laugh at it and you can watch it to decompress. So, been waiting for this stream, eh? Sweet, man. Well, it's good to have you here. Good to have you here. Welcome everyone who's coming in. This is awesome. We're getting people coming in. But yeah, so expect a lot more content on the way, guys. And yeah, shout out to Ben. He's a legend. Absolute legend. And I'm excited to work with him. All right, enough from me. Let's get right into this. So, this is what we got so far. So why don't we... let's hit play for those of you who weren't here. But this is what we've done so far. Right. We've cleaned up the animation of him crafting the ring. We've animated the textures glowing. We've animated sparks. We've cleaned up the animation of the ring going onto his finger, and then the ring starts glowing as he puts it on his finger, and then his eyes start glowing after he's got that on. So I am happy with how this is looking at this point. Now, obviously, you might be thinking, well, hang on, why is there 2 rings? Wait, why is there 3 rings? Don't worry. Basically, this is stuff that's going to happen in individual shots. We will just turn off the visibility of this ring and the one over here. Those won't be visible, and only this one will be. And then this is how we often trick you as the viewer into thinking a character picks something up. They're not actually picking something up. They've been holding it the whole time. And basically what happens is, on one frame, the model that's already in their hand and then the model that's on the ground that are both identical, they just overlay like perfectly. And then at that moment, they switch in terms of visibility. So the one in his hand that's always been there, that becomes visible. This one that's sitting here will then become invisible, and it will give the illusion that he's picked it up. So that's why that's there. Just thought I'd explain for anyone who's not quite sure why that's been happening. But let's hit play and let's see what this is looking like, okay? So you got those sparks coming out now. The stuff is glowing. It's looking pretty cool. And then that's that last slam down. And that's the first thing we're going to be doing, is we're going to be adding an explosion into that section. Okay? So that's going to be the first thing that we do. Okay? And so this is going to take me following a tutorial, by the way, because I've never done this before, right? This is something that I am brand new to. In terms, what we're using is we are using EmberGen, guys, the real-time simulation software. It is awesome. I took part in Clint's render challenge, and because I got in the top 100, I won 2 months of this software for free. And I was like, hey, that's awesome. You know, I'm English. We love free shit. You can't go wrong with a bit of free stuff, you know? So this is what I worked on, at least. Sorry. So, whoa. So let's hit pause. Let's reset. We're going to medium, fast. There we go. And this is just going to give you an idea of what we're doing. What's the shortcut for changing focal length of the viewport, like when you zoom in and out? So basically what you have to do is you hold... I'll do that real quick. So you hold right click down so that you're looking around, okay? And then it's the Z key to do zoom out, and it's the C key to zoom in, okay? And I usually use quite a high lens. So I use at minimum 50mm, but for any character shots I use 85 to 105mm. And you might say, well, that's excessive, Sam. But I just like how it looks. Personally, I like how it compresses everything into one image. And then I use the lower lens, the lower millimeter lens for wide shots. And that's just preference, right? You might want to do it another way, okay? So don't worry. Yeah, man, no worries. Happy to help. So it's purely preferential, but for me, I prefer to film that way. I like how it looks. I think it looks less like a video game and more like a cinematic when you do it that way. But this is what I've done. So we've got this big explosion with these embers, okay? This is the simulation. Yeah, exactly. 85mm is a really good one. I use it all the time. So this is the simulation. So he'll wind up, he'll smack down on it, and as soon as he smacks down on it, it'll be like like that. And it's gonna be like a really cool wide shot, and the smoke will go right towards the camera. And as the smoke gets closer to the camera will shake more. I shouldn't shake my hand like that. Hang on, pause. We're on the internet. We need to calm down. But the camera will shake more and more aggressively as the smoke gets close, almost like it's I guess like a nuclear bomb that's gone off. But I've already exported it out, right? So now I just need to follow this tutorial on how to bring it in. So that's what we're going to be doing today.
Browser and drop the first VDB frame. Keep it as imported as sequence.
Okay, so that's what we need to do. So let's bring this over here. It's going to be a lot of, oh, so that's what you do. Oh, so that's what you do. So I do apologize, but I want to get this right. And, well, I can just say from experience, guys, I've learned, like, everything I know in terms of visual effects, I learned from YouTube, guys. Like, yes, I did a 3-year course, but I'm going to be honest, 2 years of that were ruined by COVID. So I probably only got about a year's worth of experience. And even then, it was for a software called Maya, which is like $2,500 a year. I don't know about you, but I don't have $2,500 just lying around to spend every year for a software. That's ridiculous. So I just used YouTube and learned Blender and Unreal because they're free. But yeah, so we're just going to go through this process, bring this simulation in, make it look real nice, make sure it happens at the correct time, and then we are going to do Sauron's clothing using Marvelous Designer. I don't want to knock that over. That would be bad. Is that visible? That is visible. There we go. All right, so let's get right into this. So we need to come into the files. Legit why I never use Maya. Exactly, man. It's ridiculous. It's so expensive, but everyone, I feel like it's one of those things where just no one questions it because it's what everyone's always done. I'm like, hang on. Like, all right, if I had the money lying around, then sure, but come on. 90% of us aren't millionaires. We aren't going to have $2,500 just lying around to spend on a software. So it's ridiculous. So yeah, and Blender basically does everything that Maya does. I actually prefer Blender way more to Maya. I hated Maya when I was learning it at uni. I found it so confusing. The UI is similar to Unreal Engine actually, which is why I kind of found Unreal Engine kind of easy to learn, because I'd already approached a crazy software like Maya, but it's got a very weird looking UI. It almost looks like a spaceship hub. So, oh, we got a few people. Same, only watching YouTube tutorials, learned Cinema 4D in a week. Damn, bro, that's impressive. Well done. Just by watching them, and pretty much anything I can do as musician and motion designer. Yeah, no, honestly, there's so much free knowledge out there, which that's how it should be. You shouldn't have to pay a ton of money to get access to knowledge. The only restriction to knowledge should be your own investment, your own hard work. It shouldn't be money. I think anyone should be able to access knowledge, and then it's really just down to your own self-discipline. Hey man, glad I made it to the stream this time. Yeah man, it's awesome to have you here. Thank you for taking the time to join us here in our stream. It's going to be a fun one. We're just finalizing up the last few things of this short film. We're going to be designing the clothing and then this simulation. So let me go back and see what this guy said. So
browser and drop your first VDB frame. Keep it
okay, so I need to drop my first VBD
as
frame.
imported as sequence.
And I keep it as imported as sequence. Import sequence, got it.
For B attributes, set all to none.
So for B attributes, set all to none.
In G attributes, select temperature. Set parameter to 6.
So density, temperature. I don't know what I'm doing just as much as you guys, all right? I'm following this along. The way I do tutorials is I follow it blindly the first time, and then the next time around I try and do as much as possible without going back to the tutorial, and only when I get stuck do I go back to the tutorial. That's just the way I do it. Other people do it different ways. Whatever works for you, you do it that way.
16-bit float if you would like. It will have better quality for VDB volume.
Wait, what? What do you say?
Better to 16-bit float if you would like. It will have
Yeah, I want 16-bit. I want higher quality. This PC can handle it.
better quality for VDB volume. Wait.
Okay, then we hit import. All right. Okay, here we go. Let's see how long this is going to take. This is the only. I think this could be a big moment for the channel though, if I'm able to get my head around things like Embergen and Marvelous Designer, because the thing that I am most fearful of is simulations. I can't stand simulations. I really struggle with trying to wrap. Oh, is it frozen? Damn it. I'll fix it. Give me a second, guys. I'll fix it right now. One second, guys. This camera, I guess, is dying. I don't know what's going on. Okay. So, where's the webcam? There it is. Settings. Deactivate. Activate. There we go. I'm back. Am I good? Does everyone could see me? This says I'm back. So I should be back. But if I freeze again, let me know, guys. Because we've been running into quite a few problems with this camera for streaming. I use it for like helping my dad with his church. I film footage for him, like stock footage, and edit things. And it seems to work fine then, but for some reason it's been going a bit weird on these streams the last two times. I might have to lower the resolution. Maybe that will fix it. Because right now I think it's streaming 4K. Sweet, awesome, all good, awesome. Yeah, because it's streaming 4K footage right now, and I might just drop that down to HD, and maybe that will fix the problem. That should fix it, probably. They were teaching us only Cinema 4D basics in uni, so I already was kind of advanced in it and haven't learnt anything. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you had that solid foundation and you were able to jump right back into it. Yeah, no, that's awesome, man. I found that as well when learning softwares like Maya. When you already are taught how to approach a software, when you then approach a new software, even though things might be quite different, your brain has already figured out the paths to go to figure it out. So it is usually a lot easier the second time around. But all right, let us continue with this.
Wait for Unreal to process this volume. When done, add heterogeneous volume from Quick Add toolbar. Just simply click here and start typing heterogeneous. I already have VDB material prepared.
Wait, what? What the heck did he just do?
You can and start typing heterogeneous volume from Quick Add toolbar. Just simply click here and start typing heterogeneous.
Heterogeneous. Okay. Well, I'm guessing this is where it's going to come from. So let's put this where we want it, which is going to be right there on top of the ring. Right? Because that's where it's coming from. Because again, if we go back to the reference, that was... Wait, do I have the reference open up? Yes, I do. So if we go back here, guys, you see here, when he slam and then he goes boom, and he's like boom. So we're going to try and do something like that. Probably not as good, because I'm not as good as the guys at Blur Studio. They're pretty much god tier in terms of visual effects. But hey, someone with 3 years experience, I think I can do something not that bad. I think you'll go, that was pretty good. And if that's your reaction, then welcome to the channel, guys. I need to turn a fan on, man. I'm starting to cook. I always forget how warm it gets with that bloody light in my face. Okay, so wrong one.
Already have VDB material prepared. You can download by the link in the description, so you don't waste time creating your own. Or if you would like to know how to make it, you can always check Winbush tutorial by clicking here, or again by the link in the description. I applied this VDB material instance to my heterogeneous volume app.
Oh, okay. There's a VDB material that we need to download. What the heck is going on? This is getting interesting, guys. We're going on a bit of a treasure hunt here, trying to figure this out. But who knew it was so complicated? How big is this, though? If this is like stupid big, I might not bother. One out? No way. How bad is the Wi-Fi? There's no way. Alright, screw that. We're not doing that. There's no way I'm waiting an hour for that to download. Post-process is such a good teacher, man. Learned from him as well. Okay.
Now I open this material to assign our freshly imported simulation.
So let's find that tutorial.
You can download by the link in the description, so you don't waste time creating your own. Or if you would like to know how to make it, you can always check Winbush tutorial by clicking.
Alright, let's see what this looks like. Is that the right one? I feel like this. Why is the Wi-Fi?
Creating your own. Or if you would like to know how to make it, you can always check Winbush tutorial by clicking here.
Okay.
What up, Winbush here. And today
Winbush. What a legend. Just a week ago, I started to learn Unreal Engine again, and oh my god, how much fun I get from working in it. It is a lot of fun. You cannot deny. What is going on? Why is this so... Come on now. I got too many tabs open? I haven't got that much open. All I got is the streaming. Come on, man. Don't do this to me. It's supposed to be an entertaining stream.
And today I'm excited to say that we can officially run VDBs real time inside of Unreal Engine 5.3. Now, ever since 5.3 got released, I immediately jumped in to try to figure out VSTs, and I couldn't quite wrap my head around it. A lot of people have tried to help me figure this out. I'm gonna link every.
Okay. So let's go from here, because this should teach us. Even just watching you work on your project gives me a huge dose of dopamine. I love it. That's good, man. Glad to hear it.
Texture viewer. So that's going to be your sparse volume texture viewer, and you'll see this little icon right here. If you left click and drag this into your scene here, this is actually going to be just a viewer. So we're not going to be able to control anything in here. All you can do is click and drag your VDBs into this just to kind of view them and see how they play
I just want to create the material, man.
I can actually just name this saved out. I'm just going to right click and I'm going to come over here to material. I can actually just name this one cloud for right now. Like,
okay, so we can just create a material. So and call it Ring Go Boom. Yes, I am in my 20s and I just named a material Ring Go Boom.
So, and I'm going to double click on it and we're going to make this full screen so we can see it better. And I'm just going to come over here to where we have this node. It's going to be called cloud or whatever you named it. And the first thing we want to do is come down here to material where it says material domain instead of surface. We want to make this a volume.
Okay, so we want to make it a volume. No problem. No problem.
Now under the blend mode, instead of opaque, we actually want to make this one additive.
Okay. Sorry guys if this isn't as entertaining of a stream this time around with me doing this, but it has to be done. I have to learn and then, you know, apply this stuff appropriately to the different simulations. But I will say this, guys, I've got lots more content coming on the way, so if live streams aren't your kind of thing, still stick around, maybe consider subscribing, because I've got a lot of actual like entertainment funny videos around the filmmaking and VFX industry that are coming up. So yeah, just thought I'd say that. Okay.
And this is going to be where we start off at. So from here, I'm just going to come into blank space here. I'm going to hold down the 3 on my keyboard and left click, and that's going to...
I know to do that.
Bring up our constant variable 3 here, in which we could just left click, bring this into our albedo, and we can actually make the color white. So I'm just going to drag this up. We're just going to have it default be white. And then once we do that, I'm going to right click on this and convert it to a parameter.
Okay. All right, what's he going to name it?
And what I'm going to name this parameter is scattering color. Now, the reason I made this a parameter is because we're going to make this a material instance later. And so a lot of these are going to make parameters so we can control these later on in our instance material. Now, moving on from here, I'm going to come down to emissive color. I'm going to left click this out, and then I'm just going to type in multiply.
Okay. That's not how you spell multiply.
And right here under math, I'm going to select multiply like so. And then right here under B, I'm going to left click, drag this out. And I'm going to name this one scalar. And I'm going to look for a scalar.
Okay.
Parameters, in which I'm going to left click that one right there. And I'm going to name this one black body parameter.
Okay. Black body parameter. Oh, come on. There we go.
Like so. And then for my default value, you can either do it in here or in the details panel. I'm going to do it in the details panel, but for my default value, I'm just going to make this one 1.
Okay. It's good I'm learning this, because then it means in future short films where I use VDBs and simulations. Oh, we're gonna frame. Oh, I think I know what's causing it. It's the PC. Every time because the frames just dropped dramatically over here when I hit save. So that might be it. That might be it.
Just to save everything we did. Now I'm going to hold M on my keyboard. That's a shortcut for multiply. So hold down M, left click right here, and this is going to add another multiplier here. And then I'm going to connect this multiplier with this multiplier right here. But first I'm going to right click and I'm going to look for black body under utility.
Bloody hell. All right. This is very complicated just to bring in a simulation. Kind of surprised.
That right there, and I'm going to connect this with a black body there. So I'm going to connect this multiplier to the temperature right here and to the A slot.
Okay.
Right here, and then we're going to make another scalar property. So I'm going to right click again, just look for scalar parameter, and I'm going to name this one temp multiplier, and then I'm actually going to put this one into the B slot. And I'm going to have a value of this one at 1. Now for the A slot, I can actually left click this out, and I'm going to look for a remap value range, in which once I type out remap, you should see it right here under math. So I'm going to left click on this one here, and you see an error, but don't worry.
All right.
Get this situated here in a moment. I'm going to make sure that this is connected to the A slot. So just to reiterate, I'm going to pull back here a little bit just so you can see what's going on. So I have my scatter color here under the albedo, emissive color. I have a multiplier connected to a black body parameter, which is a scalar parameter. I have the A slot connected to a black body temperature slot. Right here is connected to another multiplier that's connected to a scalar node.
Bro,
right
this
here.
guy might as well be speaking Latin to me right now. I don't know what he's saying. I'm just going to do what he says, because this guy is a legend in the VFX industry, and I'm just going to trust him.
Volume range, in which we're going to continue from here. I'm going to slide this
Okay.
over a little bit. I'm going to right click, and we're going to add a couple more scalar parameters. So I'm just going to add this here.
And people ask me, why don't you make a game, Sam? You know Unreal Engine. Bro, my brain is not for this stuff. I make movies. I don't know coding. I know it's blueprints, but still.
Control C to copy, then Control V to paste it. I'm going to paste it a few more times. Like
How many times?
So we want to have 4.
You want to have 4. Okay. Okay, we got our 4.
Overall. So I'm just going to connect this to the input low. I'm going to connect this one to the input high.
Okay. All right. Input low, input high, target low, target high.
This one right here connected to target low, and then this one right here, I'm going to connect it to target high. And
All right.
I'm going to come through and rename all my parameters here so I know what's what inside of our material instant.
So I'm going to set the speed to this.
So for this top one, I'm just going to name this one remap input low. And for this one, I'm going to name this one remap input high. For this one,
Remap input low.
here, I'm going to name this one remap target low. And then this one right here, I'm going to name this one remap target high. Now let me push in a little bit just so you can see a little bit better what's going on here. So I'm going to put these up here like so.
Learning blueprints at the moment, shit ain't easy to remember. No, it's not at all. It's a proper, it's real tough. I don't enjoy it at all.
Just so you can see what's happening. So
but it has to be done.
This one wrong right here, so it should be remap.
Remap input low, remap input high, remap target low, remap target high. Okay.
Input low, remap input.
Yeah.
Input low, input high, target low, target high.
Okay.
Now for my input high, I'm going to make this a default value of 1. And then for my remap target high down here at the bottom, I'm going to make this one a default value of 1 as well. So once we do that, again, I'm just going to click on save. This error is going to pop up, but that's okay. I just want to make sure to save our progress. And I'm going to scroll back here just a little bit because we're going to add a mask here now. So I'm going to right click, type in mask, and right here.
Okay, what does it want me to do?
Here where it says
component mask. All right, component mask.
Mask. I'm going to left click on
mask.
This one, and now we have a component mask. So I'm going to move these down a little bit here. I'm going to move my mask over here, and right here inside of our details panel where it says RGBA, I'm actually going to have it just go through the gray mask right here.
Okay.
Here, like so. So we only have the green one selected, which is the G. Now we want to connect this to the input right here where it says remap values, but I'm going to follow exactly how Thailboat did it. And so I'm going to connect these two between a reroute, in which Brandon Clemens helped me figure this one out. So I'm going to right click right here, type in reroute, add reroute node, left click.
Okay. Reroute. Learning something properly new today, lads. This is next level. Okay.
There, and then I'm going to right click on it, convert named reroute. I'm going to select this.
Convert to named reroute. Okay.
It's right here. And then I'm going to name this one just temp, T-E-M.
Okay. Temp.
MP. And then I'm going to connect my mask to this input right here. Connect this one.
Okay. Don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just gonna keep following it. Hope this works. Because I really want to include this explosion.
Right here. And then for my color node, I'm just gonna make this one green because
okay. Does that matter? Whatever.
That's exactly how Thailboat had it, so I just want to copy exactly what he did there. And we have an error message pop up here, in which I'm going to right click right here, and this is where we're going to bring in our sparse volume. So I'm going to type in sparse, and once you do, it should be under textures. We want to use this one right here.
Sparse volume texture sample. Okay. Sparse volume texture sample parameter. Right?
The sparse volume texture sample parameter. So I'm going to left click on this, and then from my A attributes, I'm going to connect it to my G mask right here, like so. That's going to make the air go away. And let me pull back here a little bit just so we can see what's going on again. So again, I'm going to tag everything in Twitter so you guys can see it a little bit better, but hopefully you guys are following along. I know it seems like it's a lot, but it's actually not once you follow through with the tutorial here. Everything's pretty easy to follow along with. So I'm going to drag this down a little bit and
we're supposed to get an error. I got an error.
let's actually go with the UVs right here. So I'm going to scroll in here a little bit, and I'm actually going to scroll this out, click and drag on the node, and I'm going to look for a divide node. Which we have right here. So that's going to be connected to the UVs right there. And then inside of my A node, I'm going to left click, drag this out. I'm going to look for subtract, which is also going to be under the math node right here. So I'm going to click on subtract, pull this out a little bit. So now you can see we have subtract connected to a divide node inside the A slot. So under my subtract, I'm actually going to left click, pull this out, and I'm going to look for local position, which we have right here under miscellaneous. So I'm going to left click on this right here. And we don't need to do anything else. Just make sure local position is connected to the A right here. And then just in a blank area down here, I'm just going to right click. I'm going to type in object, local. And once you do, you should see object local bounds like so. So I'm going to left click on this. And right here where it says extents, I'm going to connect this to the divide in the B slot. And right here where it says minimum, I'm going to connect this here to the B slot of the subtract. Now this is all you're going to have to do for the UVs. So just take a look at it again. We have local position, we have object local bounds. They're both connected to a subtract and the divide. That's going to go to our sparse volume textures parameters right here, all through the UVs. So moving on from here, let's set up the density, in which, let me scroll out so you can see it a little bit better. So this is how our material is looking right now. So right now we're going to set up our density. So let me scroll back down here to open area. I'm going to right click, type mask. And I'm going to make another component. Mask. But for this one, I'm actually going to have the red selected. So in my details panel, I just want to have the R check marked like so. And then I'm going to connect this one to my attributes A as well. Because remember, when we imported it, all of our attributes were inside the attributes A slot. I don't remember anything being in attribute B, so we don't need to connect anything there. And then I'm going to make another reroute node. So I'm just going to right click, type in reroute, add reroute node. Then I'm going to right click on it, convert to named reroute. And then I'm going to name this one density. And I believe he did this just so he could kind of keep track with what everything is right here. So under my node color, I'm going to copy what he had. I'm going to go with purple as well. Click OK. Then I'm going to make another scalar. So I'm going to right click down here, type in scalar, look for scalar parameter right here. And then I'm going to name this one density, mult, M-U-L-T.
Wait, what?
And then I'm going to here, type in scalar.
Oh.
Look for scalar parameter right here. And then I'm going to name this one density, mult, M-U-L-T. And then I'm going to have the default value at 1. Now to connect these together, I'm going to look for multiply. So I'm just going to hold down M on my keyboard. Actually, I'm just going to right click, type in multiply, just so you guys can see it. So right here under math, I have multiply. Then I'm going to connect my density reroute to the A slot. And then my density mult, I'm going to connect this one to the B slot like so. So this is pretty much going to finish it off. So my multiply right here, I'm going to connect this to the extension. Like so. And now we have everything connected. So just pulling back, this is exactly what it looks like here.
Okay, so I followed what he's done. But I'm getting an error for some reason. And he's not. Did I skip a step? Maybe I skipped a step. Hang on.
texture viewer. So that's going to be the sparse volume texture viewer, and you'll see this little icon right here. If you left click and drag this into your scene here, this is actually going to be just a viewer. So we're not going to be able to control anything in here. All you could do is click and drag your VDBs into this just to kind of view them and see how they play out. So let me exit this out here. So making sure I have this selected, I'm gonna come down here to my details panel, and right here under asset preview, I'm going to left click on my cloud, drag it into here, and now you can see we have our cloud mesh in here.
Oh. Wait, what? This is interesting. I can't see it. But I'm guessing that's...
Here, or not mesh, but VDB. So it's just giving you a preview of what it should look like. And we can also do animated versions as well. So if I do my gasoline explosion, left click, drag it in here. We don't see anything yet. And because this is an animated VDB, so down here in the lower right hand side, you should see animate. So if I click on this.
Oh. Oh, I saw it. That was very subtle. Bloody hell, I could barely see it. That's so subtle. Hang on. There it is. Super subtle. Okay.
Now we can see the VDB playing real time inside of our viewport.
Right.
But again, this is just a viewer. This isn't going to give us any type of temperature or density or black bodies that we need to be able to really see this. And so for that, we're going to have to build the material from scratch. Now I'm going to take you guys step by step with all the nodes. I'm going to go slow here just so you can see exactly what the difference. But so I'm going to come over here. I'm actually going to delete my texture viewer.
Okay, so that was pointless. Why am I getting an error? Why am I getting an error?
So I'm just going to save everything just to have it saved. And then that's going to here material is looking right now. So right now we're going to set up our density. So let me scroll back and make it details and now we have everything connected. So just pulling back, this is exactly what it looks like here.
It's looking the same. Wait, what? Yeah, that is all the same. This should work.
So hopefully I went slow enough for you guys to be able to follow through and have everything connect here. I'm in here where we have our sparse volume texture. I'm going to left click on this. If you look down in the details panel down here, this is where we have our sparse volume text.
Oh. Okay, so it isn't actually an error. Oh, so, and now it's not. I'm panicking over nothing.
Sure, that we can actually drag our VDB or our VST into. So if I select this right here, you can actually see the VDBs that we actually brought in. So I'm going to start off with the cloud one. I'm going to left click on this. And now we have our cloud VDB connected to our material. So I'm actually going to just save this out now. and then I'm going to exit this out. And right here where I have my cloud material that we just...
Okay, I think that's everything I needed. Now go back to this guy.
In the description. I apply this VDB material instance to my heterogeneous volume actor.
Okay, so now we should just be able to select this, ring go boom, because ring does go boom.
Now I open this material to assign our freshly
How do I...
imported simulation.
How do I view this? This is the single most relatable live stream I've ever watched. I'm just like... I'm losing it, man. It's bloody nodes and BS. I hate this stuff, but if I want to go the extra mile, I have to learn it. And so my stubborn mind is like, I will know it. I will understand it. Even though I might want to punch a hole in the monitor sometimes. But I do apologize for it being quite boring right now. It should be more interesting in the next stage. This is quite a boring texturing aspect.
I'm actor. Now I open this material to assign.
So I open the material. Can I view it a certain way? These are all the parameters. Oh, so do I right click it and create a material instance? Yes. Ah. Is that what he put in there?
Winbush tutorial by clicking here, or again by the link in the description. I apply this VDB material instance to my heterogeneous.
Yes, he puts the instant. Thank you, Damien. Thank you. Appreciate your help. Shout out Damien, guys. Ah! The first member on the channel, by the way. And if you guys want to get early access to videos, get access to... Not boring at all, very encouraging, honestly. Good, I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, if you guys want to get exclusive content, if you guys also want to get early access to all the short films and all the trailers, basically any video I put up, you'll get early access to, as well as access to bonus behind-the-scenes content. You'll also be able to vote on what films are made next, what content is made next, and also your comments will be highlighted on everything. So you know, I'll always see them. It's £1.99p. I don't know what that is in other countries, but I tried to keep it as cheap as possible and have a good solid amount of benefits to it. So if you want to support the channel and help it grow, consider doing that. Any money made through members, all of it goes right back into the channel. None of it goes into my pocket. It just goes right back invested into different aspects of the channel, whether that be assets, software, whatever, right? To make better content for you guys to enjoy. So think of it less as putting money in my pocket, because it's not. Think of it more as I'm investing in this channel because I want to see it get better. And yeah, I'll stop talking. I always feel weird talking about that stuff. But anyway, let's continue.
Volume actor. Now I open this material.
Okay, so let's open this material instance.
To assign our freshly imported simulation. And reset all parameters to default values.
Okay. What now?
Set frame rate for volume to 25.
Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to set it to 24 because that's what I exported it as. So I guess this is where we'll differ. Where the heck is frame rate? Oh, there. That's fine.
So it matches your sequence. Let's jump to frame 40 or better to 100.
Ah, okay. So there you go. There it is. Wow, that's so bright. Holy crap. Might have to
To see how it looks like. Obviously it's too bright,
yeah.
so let's lower temperature multiplier.
So how do we do that? Come on. Tell me. Ah, okay. That is so ridiculously... It's not going down. Oh, yes it is. Needs to be bright because it's, you know, it's meant to be this extreme, like, boosh. So I want it to be bright. I just don't want it to be so bright that you can't see any of the effects. You know? Is it the wrong way round? Wait, let's just turn it right down so I can get a good idea of... There you go. Boom. I don't know where the smoke's gone, though. We'll leave it at that for now, though, and we can always adjust it later on.
Okay, now it looks better. And already looks pretty cool. Let's put our simulation in place. Unfortunately, I didn't find a way to make it properly scaled for Unreal, and you still need to adjust scale and position values so it matches your scene. The scale values are even not divisible by 100, as by default Embergen uses meters and Unreal uses centimeters. But proper scale value inside Unreal is about 25, which makes no sense. I will keep looking.
Okay, I don't care about that. So let's just bring this in. And let's just scale this thing up by like 5. Let's go forward in time. Because this is supposed to be like a big boom. I just did a boom boom. Name that movie, guys. Boom! That's sweet. I don't like how it hits the borders. I might have to go back and fix this. Yep. We might have to go back and fix some things in Embergen, lads.
To import simulation with the proper sizing, but for now I will use transforms to fit the animation into the sequence. At least it is rotated in proper position and using the same axis as Unreal does, so it's pretty easy to align it with our collider in the scene. Now let's create animation for our VDB volume. Add heterogeneous volume to the sequencer and click plus button here.
Well, hang on. I don't like how it's just glowing. So we go to here. So it must be the lights that are making it look like this. What does that do? Okay, that ups the density. That's way too bright. So if we up the brightness a bit, there we go. Up the density even more. Just... Why does that look like that? That is not what it's supposed to look like. And then when I go slowly, it doesn't run into those problems with the border. So why is that? Does anyone chat know why that happens? I mean, or as someone watching the video post, maybe they know. If I have to go back into Embergen and increase the radius, I have no problem.
Component. Add and this will guarantee that your VDB animation is aligned with your sequence.
Okay. So let's figure this out then. Okay. Resolution. Oh. That's better. I want it because it needs to come from like, yeah, that's better. It needs to come from there. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? I don't like how low res it is. Is there a way to increase the resolution? I guess not. Alright, let's see how this looks. If I need to address it a little further, I probably will. Actually, let's play around with the textures a bit. I actually want it to shoot out faster. Whoosh. It's only doing... The only problem is, when I was looking at it in Embergen, it had smoke. This version does not have smoke. Which I'm not too happy about. I want it to have smoke. Cast shadows. It's visible, yes. Do you know what I might do? I might do this. So I don't mind that, but it needs to have a bit more impact in my opinion. And the version of that I was looking at in Embergen looked way cooler than that, but that's okay. I'm still kind of happy with it, with how that happens. I don't mind that. I don't like how low res it is. Maybe I can re-import it. Pretty sure 32-bit is higher res than 16-bit, so let's see if this works. Because, I mean, I want it to look good, man. Come on now. Come on now. That's better. That's way better. That's already way better. What the heck? Why did it look so bad before? I don't know why I selected 16-bit, because 32-bit is better. So I'm not really sure why I did that. Don't worry, we're going to fix it. And then we'll wrap this up, and then we'll go into Marvelous Designer, design Sauron's clothing, and then texture his clothing, bring it back in. And at that point, guys, we're ready to just start rendering out some sick cinematics, which will be next live stream. Okay, so love it. Okay, let's there we go. But again, I don't like how right there. Okay. Is it me? Am I doing something wrong with this? Or is it the way that I like, why is that happening? because I love how it kind of like rips out like that. I like how it does that. I might even make it go even a bit more. What does density do? Okay, density just adds more density. I'm okay with a bit more density. What's remap input? Okay. That doesn't do anything. I'm literally just playing around with things. Oh! I'm blind! That was awful. That's better as well. Because we do want it to have a glow, right? A glow is important. Oh, is that what does it? Can it stop? No, I don't like it. Okay, that looks fine. So, like, if I was to do a shot like this, that looks pretty cool. What do you guys think? I just don't like how it does that. See how it, like, becomes like this? What is that? I rendered it at, like, the highest quality, and it looks like that. It's very weird. How many frames long is it again? It's 93. So 610. I might add some smoke in there now. So this is something as well that I am learning just as everyone else is learning, which is you have a deadline, just got to get on with it, right? I could probably for another few hours work on this, but the reality is these are mini short films, and what's important is to just get them out consistently, completing them consistently, right? Sure, there are elements of this that I would like to be better, but this is my first time using Embergen, and so I'll just be better. I've learned, now I can apply that to my next project, but I have to move on because we've got work to do, right? So that's, I've got to put that bit of me down and just go, nope. It's not the time. Okay. We're going to put this in. It will require this to restart. So I'm going to go all me and quickly hit restart. This shouldn't take too long, but basically what I'm importing right now is oh my days. I'm importing something called Niagara Fluids. Oh, same happened to me when I was using Fire from Imogen. I couldn't ever better the quality. Yeah, it's something weird, isn't it? I don't know what it is. Some sort of weird pixelation. It looks like a low bitrate or something, but I have it set at the highest it can go, so I'm not really sure why it's doing that, but I mean, hey, it is what it is. Maybe I'll figure it out one day, but again, we just got to move on, right? This isn't... I've got lots of other mini short films that I want to do, and I just got to get on with it, right? I can't spend weeks and weeks and weeks on one mini short film. Just the same with Real Steel 2, right? Oh, and speaking of which, Real Steel 2, we're making good progress. The mocap is finished this week. And so, I mean, we're starting to see it. Excuse me. We're starting to see it come together pretty nicely. So, shouldn't be too much longer now until Real Steel 2 is out for you guys to enjoy. And like I said, if you join members, you will get early access to it before anyone else does. You will also get access to members-only content. So right now on members-only content, there is an environment showcase for the arena in Real Steel 2, revealing its look with the crowd and all the different logos on the boxing ring and seeing Atom in the ring. And then there's also an environment showcase for Mount Doom, which we're working on right now, but there's an environment showcase with the actual color grading and lens distortion and lens flares and different things like that. And there will be more on the way. I have lots of plans to make that worthwhile. It's just because I've only just started it. So, but yeah, so what we're going to do now is we're going to bring in Niagara Fluids, and there is a certain thing in Niagara Fluids that I want. It's a smoke explosion, basically. I want to add it because while yes, I like this glow explosion, and I think with the correct camera shake, that's going to look really effective. An explosion like that would kick up so much dust, right? And it's in a volcano, so there's going to be a lot of dust. So we need to create that kind of effect. So we're going to very quickly do that. The simulation's already pre-made. All I have to do is add it into Sequencer and make sure it's timed up right with the explosion. So this should only take a minute once it reloads after I've set up this plugin. And then we can go into Marvelous Designer and start designing Anatar's clothing, which should be fun. Should be a good time. I've never done that before. I played around with it earlier today, so I've got somewhat of an understanding of Marvelous Designer right now. I'm going to be following a tutorial. We are not going to be simulating Sauron's clothing because that's just going to be another thing on top of these simulations. It's just going to become too heavy, I think. So we're going to simulate it inside of Marvelous Designer, bake it down, and then inside a Blender, weight paint it, which is quite simple. I found a tutorial that allows you to do it really quickly. And then we'll bring that into Unreal and attach it to Anatar, and it should look cool. But obviously it won't be textured, and that will then be the next step, which is bringing that clothing into Substance Painter and and adding patterns and designs. I want to go for like the white robe, but I want to add some like gold stuff into it so that it looks very fair and fine and yeah, I guess just kind of matches his character, really. But yeah, thank you everyone that's been joining the live stream. We've been going for an hour and a half now. How is everyone? Everyone's week's been going good? Enjoying the weekend? It's awesome seeing so many people here. It's really sick. Thank you guys for taking the time. I appreciate it. We're going to be doing these live streams every Wednesday and Saturday. I know I say that all the time and it's kind of made as a joke now. But, if I got to look like a fool, I don't care. And like I said, we've got lots of other content coming out now because the one and only Ben Keir has joined me. He's going to be helping out with editing. And so that means I can really focus on filming the content and not having to worry about the editing aspect. So we can just start churning out some really cool stuff for you guys to enjoy. And hopefully we see this community grow, really. And yeah, it's been pretty awesome seeing it grow so far. This is taking forever, by the way. I'm very sorry about this. It's almost there now. It's just taking a second to reload it with the plugin Niagara Fluids. I think it's in beta, so maybe that's why it's taking forever. It's almost there. And then we can get right into it. Wait, did I? 1 second, guys. I just need... No, I did not. I am a moron. I call myself a professional and I didn't even post on my Instagram that I'm live. Well done, Sam. The absolute pillock. There we go. There we go. Sweet. Okay, here we go. Let's do this then. Two-sided. There we go. When you use ray tracing, you get some like weird artifacts on nanite meshes for some reason. So you have to manually type in this r dot two-sided geometry thing and set the value to 0, and that fixes it. At least for when I'm viewing it here. For the actual render, I've already set it, so it will never appear in the actual render, but yeah. All right, let's add a another simulation. So we're going to go Niagara system. We're going to... Is it existing? Yes, existing. Where is it? Grid 3D gas dust explosion. Here we go. This is what we want. We're going to call it Dust Go Boom Boom. Yes, we're very official with our names here. And... Oh. Okay, so add Dust Go Boom, Niagara component, life system track. Right, this. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Okay, so we need to scale that up quite substantially. No, that's not how we do it then. Okay. Oh, is that... Hang on. Is that why... That might be why it's a low... Because I've scaled up it the wrong way. Maybe that's it. Okay, hang on. That actually might be the issue. That'd be awesome if that is the issue, because then I can just allow scalability. What? What? No, allow. Allow. That looks awful. What is that? And then it just resets. Why is this? Okay. I did this in a previous render where it was one called Jedi Master or something like that, and I definitely looks awful. I mean, okay, hang on. Let's go into textures. Let's darken this thing right down, because I don't like how bright it is. Okay. Alright, please stop playing. There we go. Okay, that's not it. Color. What pops up? That pops up. So this should. No, it's still. Okay. A lot of problem solving this time around, guys. Sorry. I'm sure it's annoying. There we go. And then how do I make it bigger? I need to make this bigger. Okay, so because I definitely remember scaling this. I remember doing something where I scaled it. And it worked. So smoke color. Okay, so nothing comes up. Scale. Okay, there we go. I think we found it. All right. So let's just go crazy, and then let's bounds. Let's fix the bounds. Okay, I don't like how the bounds is like keeping it. We might just have to say screw it and leave it as is, guys. If I can't get this to work. Hey, mate, yeah, just run into some technical issues with the simulations, but hey, here's what it is. That's, do you know what? Yeah, I can't be asked. just gonna... Let's just delete that. We're just gonna leave it as is. But we're gonna fix the scale of this thing. So we're gonna reset the scale of it. So we're not actually messing with the because I think that's why it was a low bit rate. Because let's see. Oh no, it's still is a low bit rate. Why is that? Where is it? Where is it gone? Maybe with some camera shake it'll look better. Alright, we're just going to leave that. I can't get it to look any better. Sample size. How do I do that? Wait a minute. Is that down sampling? I don't want to down sample. Has that been it? No. Still. Yeah, okay. So, down. Hang on. Could try adjusting the sample size of the VDB. Is that in here? No. Where was that downsampling thing? Because that was not there inside of EmberGen. So no. Step factor, no. Advanced. This is light source, no. No, it's fine. I thought he did. Maybe I'll go back to it.
Just made. I'm going to right click on this. Then we're going to come under here where it says create material instance. I'm going to left click on this. And now we have an instance of that material. So I'm going to save all just to make sure it's all saved. And if I double click on it, now you can see that we have actually go through a little bit smaller. How to pronounce it. Add the project. I'm click on this volume right. Left click. It's off. And so be cloud in here. Just move these out a little bit. So maybe let's make this 2 until you can find something that you want. And then I'm bringing over my mix up to like 10. And then for my density multiplier, maybe let's bring this down, make it a little bit thinner there.
Black body parameter. Okay, so I'm just gonna go off of what he does and just see what I can do. So what does this do? Okay, so that adds more emission to it. You know, nothing wrong with that. Remap target? No. Maybe we just use brightness to hide it. You know? Right there. Why is it doing that?
So you can mess around with these until you can find something that looks good. Let's say we want to have like our animated one, I'm going to one.
Okay, let's see if that happens to him.
For our lower left hand corner, I'm going to left click and exit it out. And then I'm going to right for our here. You can see right now, we don't have anything inside of our viewport. And that's because we need to tell it that it's animated. So in my H volume selected here, I'm actually going to come down and now you can do 111. In which we're just going to have to play around with this as well. I'm not sure the frame rate that this one was built in, but maybe let's bring this up to like 30. Gives us a little bit better explosion. I'm not sure the frame rate it was built at, but let's actually go through and play with some of the attributes here and getting this looking like an explosion. So right here under black body parameters, I'm going to select this and my temperature multiplier, bring this one up to 10, see what that one looks like.
Okay.
And then also for our scattering color, because we made a parameter for that, I'm going to left click on this one and we can also change the color out as well. So let's say you want to make it a little bit purplish there.
Ah, so that's what that does. So probably do that then. Actually, no, it would be white. I mean, it's meant to be like a pure, huge explosion. So I don't mind that. It's just the
or if you want it to be a little bit more real,
low bit rate.
Your multiplier, and also I'll bring this down to 1. This is going to give us a little bit more of like a flame look. So you can see with the textures and everything, how this could be really powerful. And this is all running real time instead of Unreal Engine. Now, I know this one went a little bit long, but I wanted to make sure that you guys were able to build out the material.
Oh, he's got an updated tutorial.
What up, Wimbush here. And VDBs inside of Unreal Engine is a lot easier than we previously thought. And so to get set up, I'm going to walk you through step by step on how we can build it out without making the material at all. So I'm inside of Unreal Engine 5.3 right now, and I'm just going to drag it.
There's just a lot of people saying thank you.
Click on loop, and there you go. So it's as easy as that to bring the VDBs into Unreal. We're actually putting together. So that I can do it.
No one seems okay. No one seems to be running into this problem, other than me. I don't know why. Maybe I'll just have to figure out a way to hide it then, I guess. Because look, it's solid there, it's fine, and then it just falls apart. Whatever, man. We're moving on. I don't care. We're just going to leave it at that, guys. Learn when to move on, eh? Learn when to move on. Alright, so the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to create the clothing. This is going to be...
you want to give him. It's important later. Blueprint. You go to his body. You look for it.
Okay, so first what we have to do is we have to import the mannequin, well, not the mannequin, but the body of Anatar. We have to import him into Marvelous Designer, right? So in order to do that, we need to export out his static mesh, okay? So we're going to find his body. I'm going to click this folder with the magnifying glass. There it is.
In the asset
I
browser.
believe we just export
there you go.
it.
Right click on it and you say asset actions, export, and then you just export it to your custom destination.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So asset action, export. We're going to bring it in here. Anatar body ref. It is a difficult skill, but it's like, yeah, I mean, it's my first time using it, so it's probably not going to look much better. Am I frozen again? I'm frozen again, aren't I? I'm frozen again. I'm frozen again, aren't I? Am I frozen? I think I'm frozen. It says I'm frozen. I need... Alright. Damn camera. Come on. Yep, that's what I thought. One second, guys. Just gonna fix it. There we go. Back to normal. I don't know why it keeps why that keeps happening. It's really annoying how it keeps doing that.
To make it easier to visualize for myself, I also tend to export the face. Asset.
That's fine. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to do the same for his head. Find the head. Asset action, export. I'm not using OBS. I'm using Streamlabs because it's free. I don't know. I just searched streaming software and it was the first one that came up. I'm not really that, I guess, intelligent when it comes to streaming. It's a new world for me, so maybe I do switch over to OBS. Maybe Streamlabs is just not where it's at.
Action. Export. Just give it a place where you can find it as well. Make sure you turn off level of detail collision, because that's just the LODs and everything. You don't need.
Okay. This has been annoying. Okay. Let's import these. It's never frozen this much before. So it's only been the last 2 live streams where I've ran into so many problems. So the heck? Oh, there it is. I was like, where the heck is it?
Need that and hit export. All on the way to body preview. I'm going to isolate it, click on here, Alt P, clear parent, keep transformation. The same. I'm going to do with the face mesh, select it, Alt P, clear and keep transformation, and just delete the rest. There you go. I'm going. Gonna join it together. Select both of them. Control J, and you got your rough estimation of what your character is going to look like. File, export, FBX, selected objects only, and give it. I'm calling it Virtual Jesus. Just export it to where you can find it. Open up Marvelous Designer, File, Import Add, FBX, look for what you need, just selected objects only, and File, Export, FBX, just FBX.
Sweet. Okay, so now we're going to open up Marvelous Designer. Let's close this.
Look for what you need. Vamos ver vídeos na queira. set this to centimeters and 100%. That should be alright. Okay. And
Cool. There we are. There's Anatar. I believe MD has... Oh, okay. Yeah, it does. It has all the default body meshes, but it'll only work if you didn't edit your mesh. Yeah, well, played it safe. Played it safe this time around.
you got your character in here. For quick preview, just give him a shirt. Maybe. Again, this is not a tutorial on how to get your clothes, how to create clothes in Marvelous Designer. It's just a preview to see how it works. All right, just there you go. Control.
Yeah, that's fine. I just... Okay, so by doing this, I mean, let's say I were to test it. There you go. Look at that. Simulating. It's pretty cool, isn't it? How it, Ah, okay. That's good to know. Okay, we're going to make these a little longer. No, that's not it. Okay. Alright guys, I will be back in like 30 seconds. I just got to quickly go grab something. But give me 30 seconds and I will be right back, alright? With this, and I believe we want this to be quite a bit longer. You want to use the points editing tool to drag out the bottom line rather than just scaling the whole shape. Press Z to edit points. Click the line on the shape you want to extrude and then drag it. Okay. And this is the way to properly do it, eh? I'm just playing around with it right now. Ah. Interesting. Very interesting. Got it. That's very cool. Thank you for that. I appreciate it because I am new to this, so any help is greatly appreciated. How do I make that a line on his... No worries, man. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that. One thing, though, is I want this to be less of a crew neck, you know? I want something... I feel like Anatar would have something a bit more open. Maybe show off some jewelry, you know? So yeah, it kind of feels a little more interesting now. As we slowly make this thing look more... That's a bit too low drop, Anatar. Easy. Gonna get us all excited. It's gonna get his nipples showing and everything. That's not right, is it? Can I add... Can I like add a subdivision where then I can like add another point here? Split. Aha! Just so, you know, there's a bit more of a... I want less likelihood of nipple reveal. The less nipple, the better. We've been staring at Anatar's nipples for like the last bloody 8 live streams. I'm sick of it. I don't want to see it anymore. I'm done. Nope, that's not what I want. There we go. There we go. There we go. Hit simulate. How's that look? That's a little better. Oh, that struggled. I want his wrists to be showing, you know. Is it particle distance? Yes, it is. I wanna... Okay. I like how the sleeves are looking. Garments. This is all I've got though, isn't it? This is all I get for garments. It is, isn't it? Hanger. Fabric. Alright, let's go back to this. There was something I learned the other day. I'm trying to remember what it was. Was it thickness? Yeah. Let's see. Perhaps something like this. You know? Add something a little more interesting to the design. Okay. I am going to also tighten it a bit on him. So I feel like... Okay, that's too tight. His calves are showing a little too much there. You gotta calm down now, Anatar. Come on now. Calm down, yeah? What's that look like? That looks... Oh, damn, Anatar. Anatar is packing, bro. What's going on there? Damn. Yeah. Yeah, definitely don't like that. Oh, that's so funny. Oh. Okay. So let's zoom in a little more. And let's resubmit. There we go. That's better. I want it a little tighter around his chest. That's all I want. You know? There we go. I just want it a bit, like, tailored to him. I don't mind the bottom being wider. I actually think it would look cooler if the bottom was wider. You got a little bit of too much fabric going on there. How do I scale these at the same time? Maybe you don't. Let's we're gonna move these up I want a bit more of a interesting design going on there. That's better. No, it's real tight around there, man. That ain't what we want. It's funny. Okay. Let's add a split right there. And let's add another split right there. And we're just going to move it in a tiny bit. Just a little bit. Just so it's a bit nicely tailored around his chest, right? That's all I'm looking for here. Pretty happy with that. Let's see what this guy moves on to do.
And big tip, if you want to make his pet, you can play around. I haven't decided if I want to actually buy it. That looks somewhat interesting to me. It's really just, however, I'm gonna go with this one that I showed you in the preview. It's really just these couple of patterns suited together and
oh, okay. So we need to find tutorial and find out how to add some robes and additional cloth to him. Okay, let's go back to this.
Let's say we weren't happy with our simulation. Next, we're going to go over how we can start to add in some detail to our garment. So the first thing, windows, which I'll go into mark by gone. And then if we hold this button down, we'll get a drop down that allows us to choose from a range of shapes like rectangle or ellipse. But for my example, I'm just going to go ahead and use polygon. So for the polygon mode, we just simply left click around to make different.
Okay. So wait, what? Oh, okay. I get it now. I was confused for a second. That's disgusting. I want to add something like across his chest. I feel like that just might be interesting, I guess. I just don't know how to do it. So let's figure this out, baby.
Control points for our shape. And I'm just going to make this roughly straight line release. And then we can close out our shape by coming back to our first point and clicking.
Okay, here we go. We want sewing.
So all these changes, we'll want to go ahead and simulate again. Next, we're going to look at sewing, which is how we can attach. So the easiest method to do this is to start by creating our new shape as an roughly to the size I want, before then scaling and positioning it using the transform pattern tool. Then, once in place, we can open up the quick menu and select the option clone as pattern. What this will do is create a copy of
clone as pattern, okay. So, clone. Where's it gone? As internal shape? No, I've got that wrong. Let's try this again.
Then, once in place, we can open up the quick menu and select the option
Clone as pattern. There we go. Is this the way to do it? Probably not. Do I care? Nah. I'm fine with just trying to figure things out. Getting shit wrong is part of the fun, really. At the end of the day. Okay. So, done that now. So what happens?
clone as pattern. What this will do, what we'll then want to do is position this roughly in front of our original rectangle so we can clearly see what we're doing, located above our 2D pattern window in this section here. All of these are located above our 2D pattern window in this section here. The first one we're going to look at, and probably the most commonly used one, is the segment sewing tool. Basically what this one's going to do is just sew by the edge or segment. So as you can see, as I hover over all the segments in my garment here, I'm getting this blue line ready for sewing.
Right.
So we can go ahead and give this a try on our rectangle here. The same corresponding, left clicking on an edge of the separate one, before then clicking on the same corresponding.
Got it. Okay. 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 Where is that? Okay. So if I select that and then select that, that works. Then I select that and I select that, and that works. And then I hit simulate. And it's not right. That is not right.
Corresponding edge on our internal line. And now what we should see are these clean parallel. Now it's because these two sections on the sewing edge haven't been lined up correctly. So to aim, I
That's fine.
Simulate of our garment. And now
Okay. Stay there. Nope. It's going down. This is where I could use pinning, right? Isn't there a thing where you can pin? Tack? There we go. That's better. That's much better. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay, so first off, it's let's stop simulating. And I think first thing we're going to do is we are going to shorten it a little bit. There we go. So it's a little more interesting. Okay, still too long. So we're gonna... Oh. There we go. That's better. So it's a little more. He's looking a little bit like Elf Jesus right now, but that will be solved. Okay, happy with how that looks. Okay, so let's leave that like that. Now, does that make it less detailed or more detailed? It does make it more detailed. Sweet. No, it doesn't. That's got a bunch of... What happens if I do 200? That does nothing. Okay, so that's not the right one. Where is... Oh no. Oh no. It's frozen. Okay, so it's definitely not that low. Does anyone know if the particle distance, if it gets lower, is that more detail or less detail? It's fine if no one knows, because I can just check the... It looks less. It looks like less detail. No, it's... Weird. Okay. What do people think? They think this is working or no? Okay, so as you decrease it, res gets higher. Okay. No worries. That's good to know. That's good to know. Sweet. So maybe if I lower each to 10. So it's, you know, detailed but not overly detailed. How do you add a collar? I feel like a collar would be nice on this bit.
Now we should have a nice rectangular pocket, which will allow us to do something similar to what we just created in the pocket itself. And then if we select on this and open up our quick menu, we can now select the cut and sew option.
Ah.
And as you can now see, what's happened is it's separated our shape and automatically sewn it to the pocket that we cut it off of.
Ah.
So this comes in handy in a range of situations. And what we could then also do is assign this detail a new fabric.
Creating
by going over to our
buttons,
fabrics window and press
stitching, pin
Now with our
tool.
detail element selected, we can then hit this assign button on the new fabric and voila, this will now be assigned to it.
I don't want the most realistic. I could always just do this in Substance. Oh yeah, don't worry about it, man. Click on your mesh and set your skin offset to 0. Ah. Thank you. Any idea what that does? Is it just make sure that it's actually aligned to the body? Wait, hang on. I might actually want an offset. Yeah, I actually think I do want the offset, unironically, because it will prevent it from clipping. So I just noticed that was clipping through him, which is not ideal. Right, let's go back to this tutorial because there was some stuff in the
Let's say
beginning.
we weren't happy with our simulation. Powerful part of Marvelous Designer is the ability that our garment gets, the slower this simulation will become. But I find for the most part, it's always pretty manageable to work with. Moving on, one of the most important things to stay on top of in Marvelous Designer is here what I call the fabric mesh under the distance from 20 to 10. So by default, this is
Also on the left, there should be fabric presets you can choose from, and they'll also change the way the cloth. Ah, okay. That's cool. Like that. Yeah, I see. So it's like more rigid now. That's interesting. Ah, interesting, interesting. That's cool. And that's what it looked like. I actually do like the droopiness of it, because it is supposed to be a sort of yeah, the more you know, eh? What's this? buttonhole. I don't need that. Garments, I'm fine. I actually like the idea of him being barefoot. Let me try and remember.
Millimeter 10. Keep in mind, so to do this, we'll want to go into the object browser in the right hand brick 1. Once selected, we'll get an orange outline come up around our garment to show that we're in fabric edit mode, which will change all our settings in the property editor to the material settings. And now we can go in and change things like the color, texture, and thickness of our fabric. So I changed mine to a violet color so we can see it a bit clearer, and then I'm going to give it a thickness of about 3 millimeters. And if you notice that this doesn't change the appearance of the thickness in the 3D viewport like mine's not, it's probably because we're not in the correct fabric viewing mode. So to change this, we'll go into the same viewing mode toolbar we did before and change.
That's not what we want. Why is it so thick? Sweet, sounds good. Glad you guys are still enjoying it. Why is it so thick?
Change this to thick textured surface. And now we'll see we're getting that showing up correctly. Next,
why is this inflating like this then when I go into it? What? Like, this is not right. This is not what it's supposed to look like. Why is it? Okay, that's not it. What the heck is going on? Okay. Because it's my like I'm kind of happy with how this looks. I just want to change. I want to make it a little thicker. Because right now it's a bit thin. Is it layer? No. Particle. Because you flipped the normals but didn't change the sewing. Oh. Interesting. It's the sewing. Okay. Interesting. How do I fix that then? Let's see. It looks fine here. Okay. So, okay, that looks a little better now with that. So if I go to the what am I doing? I mean, listen, if I can't get it working, then I can't get it working, and I don't mind. Collision? No. That does nothing. So I select on the fabric. And then preset thickness. Interesting. It's when I go to thick textured surface, it then looks like this. Does that mean that when I render it, when I like export it, it's gonna look like this? Because that's a problem. If this is what it's gonna look like, or is this not what it's gonna look like, and it's actually just a viewport. Nope, that's what it looks like. That's really bad. That's really bad. Okay. So that is what it looks like. Then what? Okay, why is it... Okay, so in this viewport it looks like this. It looks like this in monochrome. Translucent. Random color, it then applies all this crazy thickness to it. Interesting, interesting. Alright, bit of problem solving, never hurt nobody. Because when I change... oh wait, hang on. No, I am not playing around with this shit. I don't mind how it looks here. Oh, mate. Okay. Okay. I might just say screw it and export it as is, guys. And see what happens. And if it doesn't work, we might just have to give it another go next stream. Which is fine. Okay, let's just go back to
The
this.
past couple of days I had actually buy it or not. Export FBX. It just these couple of patterns suits together in the robe thrown over the character. File, export.
Okay. So let's just maybe duplicate the fabric and sew all of it together. Maybe. Do you know what I might? I think what I might. Okay, that's better. I might just leave as is for now and do another stream where I just like properly try and learn this software, you know?
Thrown over the character. File, export, FBX.
Okay, so file, export, FBX.
Go whatever you need, 1, 2, 3. Go to export all.
Okay, Anatar robes.
Thick. So you get
Oh no. No, we're gonna do it as thin.
given a thickness, and if you needed your UV maps or something, we're gonna skip it for now.
Let's hit cancel. And I'm just gonna move this here. What the heck is that? Why are there two? What? What is that? What is that? What? What is... Go away. Okay, no, this is just annoying me now. Okay, there we go. Resimulate, that looks fine. Leave that. Okay, try again. Export. FBX. Anatar robes. Save. We're not gonna do thick because that looks very weird. So we're gonna leave it as thin.
Hit OK and export.
Alright, just say screw it. Oh, sorry guys, it's been a bit of a weird live stream this time. Been a lot of trying to wrap my head around stuff. Usually I'm teaching stuff or just showing us doing things, but I really want to get this done. So okay, let's close it out.
Go back in Blender, File, Import, FBX, and now import your body. So not in my shirt, but it's there's into.
Okay.
Because now.
Let's open this again. I think this is where the weight painting is. Yes, it is. So this is where we're going to do some weight painting. So File, Import, FBX, body. Yes, there you go.
We're gonna weight paint the cloth to our body itself.
Okay.
File, Import, FBX. Get the clothes that you exported from Marvelous Designer, Day 2 Experts, cloth version 3. Perfect. Now select your cloth only, modify as amateur, and give it the root. Modify as.
Actually, I could probably add something in here. Think about it. Look. Subdivision. I could probably subdivide this. Oh no, it's gonna crash. Don't crash, please. No. Okay, it didn't crash. Thank God. And then you hit Control A, then solidify. Is that adding anything? I can't even tell. I gotta zoom in. It is. It's adding thickness to everything. That's awesome. Well, let's go with the 1. Yeah, no worries, man. Good luck to you too as well. Hopefully future streams should be more interesting for everyone. But yeah, have a good weekend, man. Take care.
Amateur, give it the root. Now the cloth has the same amateur root as your preview mesh. Shift click, drag it on the root. Now it's parented. Select shift click on root. Now you have selected everything. Make sure that select shift click on root. Now you have selected everything. Make sure that your clothes is marked in yellow. Not in orange, but in yellow. So it's the active object. Weight paint up here. Weights, transfer weights. Go down here to the extra menu. By name. It's way more accurate, like that. And again, it's the weights. Go down here. To the extra menu. By name. It's way more accurate, like that. And again, this is not a tutorial on how to weight paint and how to set the correct weights, but now you can see that let's the clavicle for instance.
Okay, I think that should have done it then for us.
Each bone kinda that is shown. I don't want it over it. Remove overview. The body up. I'm going to object mode.
Okay, so we come back into object mode.
I'm deleting the body underneath, so I still have the skeleton.
Okay, delete the body. So then we still have the skeleton.
My clothes is still weight painted. Still have the vertex groups. File, export, FBX. Again.
Okay. File. Actually. Tab. UV Smart. Because we're going to texture in Substance. Although we might do that next stream because we are running over 3 hours now, guys. So this has not been the most productive live stream. I really do apologize, guys.
Wherever you need it. Now, amateur, shift click. Mesh. We go here, we say face. Apply modifiers is gone. Amateur, this is important. Add leaf bones away. Export FBX. Somewhere where you
Okay. This is good to go then. So let's come back to sequencer now. Let's see if this works, eh? Let's see if this works.
you can find it. Back to Unreal Engine, I'm making a new folder. Import clothes. Import clothes. Right click, import game to import object to game engine. Virtual Jesus, day 2 exports, and I import clothes. right click, import game. To import object to game engine, virtual Jesus, day 2 exports, and I named it VGS Cloth version. I named it VGS Cloth version 2. Import, select base, metahuman base skeleton. Whatever your character uses as a base skeleton. I, for my, do not want to create any materials, but it can depend on you. Import all.
All right, let's see if this works. This has not gone how I planned it, guys. I am very sorry for how boring this stream has been. I will probably in the future leave the learning off stream. I gave it a go. I gave it a go today, and I don't think it really fits my style. I want to be able to talk to you guys and not be silent trying to figure something out. So I think in the future I will learn things off stream and then follow it through on stream. But next stream will be way more fun, way more interesting, because we're going to texture the clothing, and then we're also going to then start setting up all the cinematic shots. It's going to be a really cool stream. It's going to be the last stream before this short film goes up. Don't worry, Real Steel 2 is still being worked on, still working away on making sure that that looks all good and that all lives up to the hype, really. That's the main aim. So yeah, guys, thank you so much again for taking the time, really, to join me on this live stream. It's been a very long one. I do apologize, but I wish you all the best, and I will see you guys next Wednesday. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing, liking the video. We've got a lot of content on the way. I'm recording a lot of content this coming week, and Ben's going to be helping me edit. So we've got a lot more coming that isn't just live streams. So there should be a mix of more interesting content for you guys to enjoy. I do apologize for how boring this stream was. I am aware. I'm going to work on it. Next one will not be boring. We will be doing the textures and rendering, which should be a lot of fun. But that will be next stream, next Wednesday. So until then, guys, in a bit, lads.